Such an exciting and engaging discussion. Thank you so much, Rizwan and Sally. It's so exciting to see how bold vision and strategic thinking are helping shape the future of the UAE's landscape. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our next session, where we'll delve into how forward-thinking approaches are reshaping the real estate landscape with a focus on long-term impact and meaningful growth. To take us through this fireside chat, please welcome to the stage Andrea Nucera, the Managing Director and CEO of Reportage Group, and your moderator, Jayda Shoukry, Content Producer at Forbes Middle East.
Now, I know we're in a room full of experts, but it feels like a necessary piece of information to say. When we talk about building, we're not just talking about development and construction. It's about creating places that gravitate and bring people together. So it needs to be accessible pricing, good locations. It needs to be an environment that will nurture the people. Reportage Group does all of this and more. So I'm excited to dive into what you really put at the core of your development, which is value-driven development. How are you making sure that you're sustainable, not just for the people, the community, but also for your investors?
Thank you very much first to be here, and thank you everybody to participate in this discussion. As Reportage, we are trying from the beginning to give a value, the maximum value possible to our investor. We start in 2014 here in Abu Dhabi. We are a Abu Dhabi-based company. And we start to talk about, for example, sustainability in Masdar City in 2014 when it was in the beginning, in the real beginning. Today we deliver in Masdar almost 2,500 units, and we have another couple of thousand under construction there. So we did this in a different way. We try just to propose to our investor something that is, let's say, is getting the let's say, good point and positive point to do something that is already in this sustainability mission, but at a good price. So the real value for me is just to be able to provide this kind of product, but to a maximum number of people. That is exactly what we are trying to do.
I'm glad you talk about pricing because the market is evolving a lot, and when we talk about accessibility, this is a big part of it. So how are you approaching the new generation of buyers?
We have a different kind of, our company is now working in 15 different countries, not only in UAE. We are very much present in Africa, for example, in the Middle East in general, Saudi Arabia, we are in Egypt and Azerbaijan and other countries. We are always trying to, of course, keep our presence with the product, no matter the level of the product. Recently in Abu Dhabi, we launched Brabus Island through one of our company, Cosmo Development, and was a very successful. The project is luxury project, because in general we are selling around, let's say, 3,000 for square feet. But we design in a way that we have also certain kind of product that stay in a ticket price of 3 million. That still for this kind of product is, I consider, quite affordable. So for us, we target let's say the new buyers, trying to offer them what we could be interested to buy. So we produce something that we know that we could be one of the customers. That means we can transform, we can sell them something that we know that tomorrow if they want to resell in the market, they can do money on top of it. If they want to rent, for sure, the ROI will be more than 8%. We are a little bit more aggressive in terms of discount than our previous. This is why I was joking with him when he left, because we are a little bit more aggressive than him. But I think, this year in 2025, the first 5 months almost, we reached $1.5 billion almost. That for us is a big number because it's just only what we did in 2024. So we are expecting to go over $2 billion for 2025. More than 35,000 units under construction. So I think it's enough. So we are on the right track.
That's wonderful, but one of the things you also prioritize is building community, making sure that everybody has a place and they're engaged, not just living in the development. So how do you foster that?
You know, especially Abu Dhabi, but not only Abu Dhabi, we are in different countries in which we are doing also community. We try to do something different. I think there are many kind of community, and you can find you can find all kind of let's say all kind of solution as a buyer. So what we did, and we try now to implement, we start to monitoring, for example, from this happened in 2024, now it's coming to 2025. We create a team to monitor the facility management company that is appointed to manage the community. That is a building or is a community. Because we noticed that, you know, of course, most of the problem that you can have and each buyer can have, you know, is the one that maybe is not satisfied about the community, is not satisfied about the service charge. Of course, today the authorities, they have a different kind of control on the process. It's not like just 7-8 years before, but in any case, it's quite important for us to be sure that the implementation of what is in our mind in the beginning is done in the proper way.
Okay, now you have a very interesting slogan, building legacies one dot at a time. When did this sense of purpose or this strategy really shape your decisions?
But you know, we are not, as a company, we are one of the few entities in Abu Dhabi that we are not, let's say, semi-government body. We are a private entity, so not easy to survive in this market. You know, before I was listening to the conversation we have to do with giant, of course. When you are not a master developer, we start to master develop last year, 2024, we did our first master developer. Of course, it's not easy because you need to be careful because you pay the GFA, so you need to use the GFA until the last centimeter as much as you can. For this reason, you know, our strategy was the one to create and to have an organization that is from the engineering perspective to the construction perspective to the sales and marketing is all in-house activity. Not because we save the money and we keep for us, but because we try to save the money and give to our customer through the discount to a better price that we are selling. So this is the way that we built our legacy, customer by customer, and again, I think the numbers are there, so maybe we are on the right track.
Okay, what innovations or shifts do you think are essential for companies to keep up with the next decade of real estate development?
You know, I believe, I agree that there is for sure for the next 10 years, especially here in UAE, the trends are only positive. The international situation still is not clear, not only the bigger conflict that all of us we know, but in general the situation. So for sure, I believe that we will have the possibility to see a market that potentially is growing. I still feel that, of course, as we listened before, we will have a correction. The dimension of the correction, I don't know. For sure, it's not, you know, being here from the last 20 years, we saw different moments of the market. So for sure, we are not talking about this kind of market. That kind of market means the market is much more mature, it is much more solid. So, but I think that what the market have to do, and now we are not only the one that we are focusing on the middle market, we have other people, other players that they are doing. I think that, you know, exactly, of course, the government, the institution, and they are doing a fantastic work because, you know, as I used to say, there is no better place than this, you know. Few weeks before, during the event of launching of Brabus, I was remind the story of Brabus. You know, we started design on November 2024, and we launched in the market the 26th of April 2025. You know, we are talking about 80,000 square meter GFA construction, a private island. I mean, something big that only here is possible. So
the future is definitely very promising, and I think even as the market changes, you'll be adapting as well. So I want to thank you so much for sharing all of this valuable information and for building so many amazing places for us to live. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.